What's up, y'all? It is almost fall. And welcome to my show, OA Magazine. And you know what? I am your host, Omari Abasi. And in Portland, and I'm sure around the world, it's pretty much almost fall, except for here. It is still summer. I cannot believe how hot it still is. It is like 90 something degrees. I'm going to check the temperature right now as we're speaking. Let's see, what does handy dandy phones say? Because I'm thinking it's like 90 or something. Hold on. It's 90. It's 90 degrees. I can't. It has been hot here ever since, I'd say, probably May. April, May. It's been warm since April. And I've had enough. I've had enough of the shenanigans of weather. Mother Nature is tripping. I don't know if she's on holiday, but it's got to stop. So anyway, welcome to the show. It is our end of summer, back to school edition of OA Magazine, or OAF. And welcome. It has been quite a journey. Like, it is almost a year that I've been here, and it's been amazing. It's been really amazing, and I can't say anything other than that. It has been truly amazing. But I will say that I have met some really, really, really interesting people, and that never stops. But I have to give a shout out to Lauren, who I just met, who's going to be working with me on my brand, and he's moving to Salem, Oregon, and with that, he's leaving behind an amazing apartment, of which I am going to take over while he's gone. So, yes, finally, my own space here in Portland. So I think I will be an official resident really soon, because up until now I've been sharing a space, and that has been horrible. Like horrible. Just horrible. All I can tell you is starting over and having to room with someone is truly the worst. The worst experience ever. Like, I've talked about it, mentioned it in and out throughout my time here. My first roommate and I are actually pretty good friends. We're kind of moving into that direction of actually being really good friends. But it ended up being exactly what I thought. Like, because he and his kid are like together all the time. So, and the interesting story, I have to go back here. I have to talk about this for a minute. So before I moved to Portland, I had put an ad, and this is what everyone does. I don't care what people admit to, but this is how it happens. I put an ad out there looking for a roommate, because I was looking for a room, because I knew I didn't want to move here and just rent a space and not know where it was, because Portland is not that. It's not that type of city. It's not that. You could do that in Chicago, you could do that in New York, but you wouldn't do that here. So I found a roommate. Now, in the ad, I distinctly mentioned that I'm gay. Second sentence I put out there, because I don't want any straight dude, renting me a room and then having some homophobia issues, blah, blah. So it's like, I put that out there first. So my first roommate, he responds, and typical looking military type dude, but he's not in the military, but he looks like he's in the military. And so, we move in with him. It was pretty good. Like, I don't know if you guys remember, but he moved in a friend who had a dog who was dirty, and it was just a horrible situation. Then he had the girl with the keyboard and came to the house threatening. And then I was just like, he had his girlfriend was pregnant, and then that was the final straw for me, because I don't like to hear kids. I am not a kid dude. I do not like kids. Don't like them. I don't like to be around them. I don't like to hear them. I am truly, like, if anybody has ever seen Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, and it's not that I'm dating myself, it's just I don't really care, but Chitty Chitty Bang Bang is one of my favorite films. And in the film, there's a child catcher, and he could smell kids, and he hated them, and he would go out with a net and grab them and put them in a truck and then put them in a cave. That is me. I just don't like them. They're just sticky. I can't. And they cry and want. I just can't. So So the moment that he said he was having his girlfriend was having a baby, I was out. It was like, nope, I'm out. So then I found this place. Well, the interesting thing is when he and I were talking about this whole thing about him saying, he was like, well, no, the thing is I'm going to be very hands off. It's like she's going to raise him and I'm just going to see him every once in a while. See, that's a lie. I knew that was a lie. It's like, I've been around this shit a long time. That's a lie. So, turns out, every weekend or so, I'm getting new photos of him and the baby. He and the baby. Just hanging out together. See, I knew it. Well, the interesting thing is he went through a couple of roommates who weren't, obviously weren't that reliable. And we had danced the thought about us moving back in together. And then he was like, no, I'm just going to get rid of the place. It was a great place. It was kind of scary, but it was a great place. It was huge. It was kind of in the woods. And I was like, But going back to the reason why I bring up this story is because I DJ and stuff. And so I was inviting him to stuff and he never could make it. And then I'm DJing this one straight venue out here called Ray's Lakewood Lounge. There's no Lakeview Lounge rather. There's no lake. Nowhere in sight. And so I was telling him about it. Blah, blah. He stopped by, but he didn't come on the night that I was DJing. I don't know why, but he did stop by. Maybe he thought I was going to do it. But I went back to the email for some odd reason. I was like, let me go check and make sure that I told him, because he keeps bringing up the fact that I should go out with these girls, or have I found someone yet? And I'm just like, does he know? Does he know? So I go back, research, find out, yes, I put it in the message. So I finally just break out in a text. I was like, listen. So I'm going through my email the other day, and I noticed that I did put it in there, but I just want to know if by chance when you read my message about becoming a roommate, did you read the part where I said I was gay? And he was like, no, really? No. So he had no idea. He's still cool with it or whatever, doesn't care. But I was like, how does one miss that? Like, that was the first thing I put in the sentence. There's the first sentence. I was like, hey, gay male, 35 years old, looking to room, blah, blah, blah. And I'm thinking, what did he see? Like, when someone puts that in an ad, like, what are you reading? How did you miss that? So I was like, wow. So he was like, so now of course he's more curious about it, because he's like, well, I didn't know, and blah blah blah. So it's kind of cool because we don't live together any longer, and we get to have this conversation, because I think it would have been much more uncomfortable if I lived there and him being a straight dude and really not sure what, having this total stranger in his house, blah blah blah. But it was really interesting that I put it out there, and sure enough, he has no idea, didn't respond, didn't even read it. And I was like, wow, people on Craigslist are a mess. So all that to say, this journey has been crazy, because then I moved in with this thing, and Lord have mercy, it's been a journey. This one has worn my nerves, for real. So this comes to an end as soon as Lauren moves out, and then I can move my shit in there, and hopefully it's next month, and if it's not, it's November 1st. But nonetheless, I've got a place and it looks good. So we'll see how it happens. So cross your fingers for me. So me and my buddy Quinn went for on a shopping excursion a while back when he was here. And I didn't really get to bring up the fact that when we were out and about shopping and doing what we do, that we went to Burlington Coat Factory. And it was interesting. I like Burlington Coat Factory because, like, there's tons of stuff that you can get there, and it's really inexpensive. It's great. It's kind of cool because you just go, you find a cheap shirt, cheap pair of shoes, whatever. And we just so happened to browse through the cologne area. Now, I don't wear it, and really he doesn't wear it, but we just kind of browse through. And the two that came, like literally just came into our sight and we were both laughing, were two colognes that were just like, they were just like, really, which was the P. Diddy smell scent and Pitbull. Now to me, both of them are horrible. Like, I don't want to smell like either. But the thought of smelling like Pitbull, like, why would I buy a cologne called Pitbull? Like, that doesn't even make me feel comfortable. Like, it wouldn't make me think of the singer, like, or the rapper. That's not what I would think about. I would think about a dog. Instantly, I would think, I don't want to smell like rabies. I don't want to smell like that. I don't want to smell like a dog. Like, I don't want to smell like that. Like a wet coat. I don't want to smell like that. And then P. Diddy, like Sean John, like I think it was called P. Diddy, and I'm thinking, because when I look at him on TV or what have you, he doesn't look like he smells good. Like, he doesn't look like he smells fresh. He looks like he smells oily. Like, all I could think about is if I were to say, okay, if P. Diddy, Sean John, or whatever his name is, if I said he had a scent, I would think oil and, like, something cheap. Like, if money and oil had a smell, like, that's what I would, but I don't want to smell like him. Like, I don't want to smell like him. And it got us to thinking. We were like, whoa, how do men pick a scent? Like, if you're going to go out and buy a scent for yourself, what is the prerequisite there? Like, what is it that you think of? Or what goes into you buying a scent? Like, when it comes to a name brand. Like, to me, I get it. Like, if you're into Dolce & Gabbana and you love the clothes and you love the opulence of it, then I would get why you would pick something, by D&G. I get it. Makes sense to me. And you see Gucci, you're like, oh, I think expensive. I think, again, opulent. I think really high end, very in vogue. I get it. So you go, oh, Gucci, the scent that makes me smell like I've got money. I get it. But what makes you say, I want to smell like Pitbull? And what makes you say, I'm going to pick up Ricky Martin's scent? Like, I almost get why women do it. Because if a woman says they love Britney Spears, so I get it. You go out, you go like, I love Britney Spears. Guys, I'm wearing it. Because you love Britney Spears. Men are kind of different. Like, not many of us go out, gay or straight or indifferent, do we go out and say we want to smell like that man. But girls kind of do it. They'll teeter it. They'll be like, oh, I got Britney Spears. Oh, I got Jessica Simpson. I got Beyonce. And I get it. I sort of get it. But on the male point of view, I don't get so much. Because I know it sounds a little bit like a double standard, but it's culturally, we're different. Like, we don't automatically just go, oh, wow, yeah, I love the way that this smells. This smells like Pitbull. Like, I do not absolutely want to smell like Pitbull. Like, I don't want to even smell like anything he's picked out. Like, I can't imagine him going to a perfumery and then saying, oh yeah, let's pick these scents, and it resonating with me. And we did the scratch and sniff, and that tells you how cheap it is because it had a scratch and sniff on the outside. I'm just saying, there's certain things you just leave on the shelf. If there's a cologne that has a scratch and sniff sticker on the outside, chances are you should just leave it there. That's bad news. It's bad news all around. Like, nobody wants to be a part of that. And so I thought, how do men pick a scent? Like, if a porn star created a scent, I'd be nervous. Because I know it would smell like piss